Howdy YouTube, I want to post some thoughts on polyamorous activity and what it means to me. Quite simply, this. I believe in self-satisfaction. I believe that a self-satisfied man with his own self-satisfaction is the most sexy thing on the planet. Because he is what he is, he speaks his mind, and he's happy no matter what he does because he follows his own happiness, regardless of anything else. Now, when it comes to relationships, I don't believe in marriage, I don't believe in labeling, I don't believe in children, I don't believe in anything other than it is. Why? Here's why. I think just partners in general, are like cuisine. And if a woman really likes a particular kind of food, she really likes the finest steak on the planet, and I'm that, and that's her main dish of choice, she can come back to me anytime she wants. But truth is, I believe we're all poly. And we all want different types of food at certain times. Chinese, Asian, Thai, whatever. We all want to go and try out different things on the menu because we're adventurous and we're creative, and it's good for our gene pool, and it's good for our emotional well-being, and it just keeps things above board. And it's honest. We all dream and fantasize about fucking other people and having the most amazing sex life humanly possible. Just some of us admit that. Some of us come out of the closet. I'm poly and proud. So, when I say I'm self-satisfied, and if I'm the best meal on the menu for her, and if she wants to go out and try other things, that's fine, so can I. So, there isn't a problem in any of that for me. I trust that she'll come back. And eventually she does, and if she doesn't, so what? I'm self-satisfied. Do you think I can't get it, somewhere else? I'm not trying to say that as a rejection point, but you see what I'm getting at. I could always get it somewhere else, because I believe in me, and I believe in my capacity to get the job done, no matter what. So, let's take, for example, like, with sexuality, for example. It just occurred to me, I was having one of my thoughts about this, like, would it be so odd for a poly couple to watch sex tapes of their partner having sex with someone else? And I thought, well, no, for numerous reasons. If you believe that what you have between you and your partner is special enough to warrant a special kind of attention, that it really is special and deep and intimate, regardless of the sexual activity performed, or regardless of the fact you're witnessing someone else doing what others would assume to be exclusive, then why should that be a problem? It's just someone else having sex and having fun, There are various different types of poly relationship. There's the primary, and there's the friends with other friends with benefits deal. Primary, numerous secondaries kinds of things. Primary, like numerous one-night stands. It can be set up virtually any way. Like, I'm personally label averse and ethically and emotionally and physically open with my sexuality. I prefer it that way. I love it that way. It's really good for me to do things that way. And if it occurred to me, you know what? If it's to cut between me and a video of like my ultimate love, like having sex with me and then her having sex with someone else in the same way, really, what am I viewing it? What are most normal people viewing when they view the idea and the mental image of their lover having sex with someone else? That kind of jealousy. They're viewing the projected image of all they can't fulfill in themselves being pushed out onto someone else in the most extreme way possible as a kind of, their mind is doing it as a means of drawing attention to what they're missing in their life. But they're interpreting it as a means of a faulty mechanism, a malfunction in their mind. This is what made me sick before, and I won't go into details as to why, but this was what made me ill. So they'll think, oh, this woman this woman I love so much loves that other guy, and she's sexually interested in him, and they can have better sex than I could ever have. Well, firstly, you can correct and repair yourself. Secondly, it's all in your head. Thirdly, why is that a problem? For me, sex is hilarious. Like, look at it. It's two naked bodies bumping together, and a woman making noises like she sounds like she's often in some kind of twisted car wreck and the thing's burning up. And it's just the whole thing is inherently crazy. It's about energy sharing. It's about the energy underneath it. It's about the emotions, about how things move and flow underneath the experience. And society has poisoned this notion with the idea of neediness. It infects. So you have these two bodies bumping together, woman, man, grunting, fluids, blah blah, inherently hilarious, but the repressed, rejected notion of sexuality has infected this to the point where we feel like we need it so strongly, the repression becomes our motivation for doing it. Now, as a man, I am ashamed to admit, and there are many other men who act the same way, that they will pull women into situations where they will try and be the knight in shining armor type, and they will say, "I'll protect you, I'll look after you, I'll give you everything you want, security, blah 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 blah." They'll take him out on the date to the pilot episode for the wedding, where she'll secure her sexuality forever in a contract till the end of time, literally till death do us part, forever and ever. Such unbelievable bullshit, and it's just not real. But the thing is, and here's the real mindfuck, the real mindfuck behind all of this is that the guy probably doesn't want sex. He doesn't want sex with this woman. He wants the gratification of the repression and the negativity that the social conditioning has enforced upon him. Why do you think so many men, myself included in the past, have not been able to get an erection around these kinds of women? Being led by the tail, being led by the nose, quite literally, into various forms of tail that you didn't want anyway. When you see a hot woman on the street, what are you seeing? Are you seeing something that you feel in your body as kind of attraction, or are you just seeing, oh, I'd like to get with her so I can judge with my friends? You can brag about it to your friends. You'd never admit that to yourself. But many men act that way. Many men act that way, and they won't ever admit it because it's so deeply rooted in the sexual experience. So now, what do you do? I am a Toltec apprentice. I'm reading over the Toltec teachings. This has become my spiritual path for the time being. And of course I delve into many others as a kind of practice for myself as well. I study all religions and all paths because A, I don't like to miss anything. B, I'm just curious like that, and I think one should keep a mind educated to all possible options. And actually I do almost believe in carrying on eventually two separate paths at the same time without having any signal degradation between either. And I bring this up because in the Toltec tradition, one is celibate. One maintains their sexual energy for being able to move between alternate universes. And although I don't believe in being anything less than a stud, I don't really want to also deprive myself of the ability to dream my way into alternate experience and gain knowledge. So we're in a very interesting position right now as a species in the culture, seeing marriage rates fall, seeing the dating game being portrayed as the insecure load of bullshit that it really is, seeing relationships crumble over a period of years, and basically now for myself and in many other areas, not just socially but financially, seeing an uprise in user-based experience from the ground up, integrating all and accepting and choosing the best. So for me, yes, I am emotionally and physically open fully with my partner, and we share everything, every last detail of our minds, but we are also kinky and open, and we will go and sleep with whomever we feel is best for us, or best for the mutual group. And quite frankly, my ideal is, if I'm going to end up coming across my lover having sex with someone else, either in person or in video or whatever, I would want to join in. And I don't see why any person who isn't sexually curious, who wouldn't want to sexually explore without any of the negativity, conditioning, without any of the prudish prurience that seems to infect sexuality across the board, why would they not want to do that? At the end of the day, and here's the other thing, I'm watching Game of Thrones, the first season today, taking a day off, doing what I want, and that's why I love it. And these people are having group sex a lot with whores, and they're having no problem with it. And their way of life, romantically, was a lot easier than anything we have going. So, here are some ideas and some thoughts for you guys to consider. And write your comments down below, and let me know what you think of this. Emotionally, physically open, kinky and open to others, and complete rebuilt from the ground up, and total responsibility. And of course, one of the other benefits is, this way, you play the game for as long as you want, and no one else has to lose. And it's up to you to kick ass. So tell me what you think, and I'll talk to you again soon.